Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, I will be teaching you the multiplication properties of whole number. Now, as we all have seen, the additive property of whole number, subtraction properties of subtraction, and now here we will be seeing multiplication properties or multiplicative property. And the very first property is closure property. Closure property. Now what does it say? Suppose I have two whole numbers, say A and the other B as B, correct? One whole number and this is another whole number, and when we multiply one whole number, second whole number, when we multiply, suppose we get C, then this will also be a whole number. Let's take an example. First whole number, second whole number, when multiplied, it will give you a number which will also be a whole number. Suppose I have a number 2 multiplied by 3. The answer will be 6. This is whole number, and obviously whole number. If I have 2 multiplied with 0, I will get 0. So this is whole number. 0 is also a whole number. Our result will also be a whole number. Now second property is commutative. Commutative property. Okay. Now in this, if I have a whole number A multiplied with B, the result will also be equal to B multiplied by A. This is a whole number W1. This is whole number W2. This is whole number W2. This is a whole number W1. Now what is the meaning of commutative here? The terms like the first number is placed in first place, second number is placed in second place, and they are both are multiplied. Now when you will multiply by reversing the order, that means when you keep the second number in first position and the first number in the second position, you will also get the same result. Example you take, suppose I have 5 multiplied by 7, I will get 35, sorry, 35. Now if I multiply 7 multiplied by 5, I have interchanged the position, then also I will get 35. So this is what commutative property holds. Now third property says that associative property. Associative property. Now what is this associative property? I have already discussed in addition property, in addition. Now associative property says that, let's take three numbers A, B and C. If I associate them, if I bring them together and leave the third number aside, as I have told you in case of addition, that two friends are brought together, the third one is called in the market. Then in the second case, first, second and the third friends, they go together and they call the first friend. So this will be equal to A multiplied by B multiplied by C. This is the meaning of associative. That means bringing together. First two numbers are brought together, third one is left aside. Now first one is left aside, second and third are brought together. Example like 5 multiplied with 7 multiplied with 2. Associative. So this will be equal to 70. 5 into 7 into 2, 70. If I write 5 into 7 into 2, then again it will be 7 to the 14 plus into 5, 70. So hence associative property also holds here. Now fourth is multiplicative property. Multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. What is multiplicative identity? Like I have a number, a whole number A, when I multiplied it with 1, I will get always a result whole number. W, 1 is whole number, I will get the number itself. Understood? If I have, example we take 5 multiplied with 1, the result will be 1. 10 multiplied with 1, the result will be 10, the number itself. So this is the multiplicative identity. Now fifth property that we have is multiplicative property of 0. Property of 0, or you say multiplication property of 0. Multiplication property of 0. Multiplication property of 0. What is it? States that when a whole number is multiplied with 0, the result will be 0. Example, I have 17 multiplied with 0 is equal to 0. This also we have seen here. This is multiplicative property of 0. Whatever number is multiplied with 0, the result will always be 0. And whatever number is multiplied with 1, the result will always be the number itself, not 1. The number itself, which number we have used. Now here it is 0. Now I will be dealing here division property after this. So I hope all the properties I have discussed here, almost all the important properties of multiplication. Now I will be discussing division property. Now the very first property is closure property. What it says that if I have a number a whole number a divided by another whole number b, the result will never be a whole number, may or may not be a whole number. I won't say never, sorry. May or may not be a whole number. Now let's see, if I have 4 divided by 2, the result is 2, correct? This is correct. Now if I divide 2 divided by 4, the result will be 1 by 2. Yes or no? 2 divided by 4 means 2 by 4. That is equal to 1 by 2. 4 divided by 2 means 4 divided by 2, whole number. So what did you understand? That in all the cases, closure property of division is not valid. It does not hold. So closure property does not hold in all the cases. Now second one is commutative property. Commutative property. Now what is commutative property? Suppose I have a number a and then I have to divide it by b. This will not be equal to b divided by a. In commutative we have seen interchange of the position, interchange of the place. So if a is divided by b, this will not be equal to b divided by a. Like here only we have seen. Let's take another example. For an example, 8 divided by 4 will be equal to 2. But 4 divided by 8 will be equal to 1 by 2. Now 2 is not equal to 1 by 2. So commutative property also does not hold in case of division. Now we have third property, associative property. Associative property also does not hold in case of division. Associative property this also does not hold. Let us take an example. I have okay, a divided by b divided by c is not equal to a divided by b divided by c. Take the example like 4 divided by 2 divided by 8 is not equal to 4 divided by 2 divided by 8. Now let's check both the sides. 4 divided by 2 is 2 divided by 8. Now this will not be equal to 4 divided by 2 by 8 means 1 by 4. Now this will be equal to 2 by 8, that means 1 by 4. This will not be equal to 4 into 1 by 4, sorry, 4 into 4 by 1 is equal to 16. So left hand side is not equal to right hand side. They are not equal to right hand side. So associative property also does not hold. Now in case of division, any number that is division property of 1, I can name this as division property of 1. Now here any number divided by 1, suppose I have a divided by 1, the result will always be 1. So in case of multiplication, the multiplicative identity was valid. Here also it is valid. Suppose I have 27 divided by 1, the result will be 27. So this case is only valid, while all other cases are not valid. This case is not valid, this case is not, it does not hold or say valid. In some of the cases it holds and some of the cases not hold. So always it is not true. This is always true. If they will ask you true and false, like we have in exercise, true, commutative property, true. No, it is always false. Associative property is always false. This may or may not be true, may or may not be false. So it is not always false, it is not always true. Here it is always true. Now they will ask you what is the multi-division property of 1 or multiplicative identity of 1. Is it true in all the cases? Then you have to say yes. Now fifth number we have that division by 0. Division by 0. Now any number divided by 0 is undefined, is meaningless. Any number divided by 0 is undefined. Undefined means meaningless. No meaning at all. Meaningless. Something which does not have meaning means useless. It is useless to write a number divided by 0. Let's write like a divided by 0 is meaningless. You have to remember meaningless, my dear students, or in higher class they call you as infinity. Now I have 8 by 0. That means not equal to anything. Not equal to anything. That is meaningless. Now I will be discussing the exercise D and E so that this chapter will be finished by today, and then from tomorrow onwards we will begin our new chapter. Exercise 2D question number 1. Exercise 2D question number 1 subpart 1 says that you have to check the property, you have to state the property as well as satisfy the condition. The meaning of that question is that for what number should come in, fill in the blank space so that your answer will be true, and name the property as well. So here it is given by the blank into 12 is equal to 12 into 57. So obviously which number will come? Second number is placed in first position. So obviously second number will be placed in first position here. This is first, so interchange 57. What type of property is this? I hope all of you know this is commutative property. Commutative property. Now in this only we are having fifth number. I have taken subpart fifth, that is 87 into 19 is equal to dash into 19 plus dash into 90. Now this is distributive property, my dear students, and I missed to explain you distributive property. Now distributive property of multiplication. What is that distributive property of multiplication? Suppose I have a number a plus b multiplied with c, then what I can write? I can multiply a into c, and this plus sign will remain as it is, and then b into c. This is called multiplicative property. A plus b into c can be written as a multiplied by c plus b multiplied with c. Suppose I have 80 plus 9 multiplied with 3. So I will write 80 into 3 plus 9 into 3. Understood? 80, this 80 first number multiplied with this plus symbol, whatever symbol you are having, whichever symbol you are having inside this bracket, that symbol will remain, while all other symbols will be, if you don't want to write, you can directly write 80 into 30, 240, like this, and then you will get 240 plus 27, that means 267. Now in this way, it is very easy to multiply using distributive property, and if you don't know the distributive property, then you have to add this number, then it will become 89 into 3. So this will take time as compared to this one. Understood? Now we will see here how this will save our time. 87 into 19 is equal to dash 19 plus dash into 9. I can write here 80, I can write here 7. Now this is how I have written See, I can break this into 80 plus 7 into 19. 87 means 80 plus 7. Now 80 into 19, 7 into 19. Now this is what? Distributive property. Distributive property. Now we have next question, question number 3, or say question number 2. Okay, in this part only we will see 8th number. 8th number. Question number 1, subpart 8 also I have mentioned. These are the questions that are a bit different type. That is why I have written 28 multiplied with 197 is equal to 28 multiplied with this minus of 28 into 3. Now you see what they have done. 28, 28, 28 everywhere. Now in place of 197 they have written 3. Now if you add here 3, can you write 28 into 200 minus 3? This I can write like this. 197 can be written as 200 minus 3. Now 28 into 200. Now 28 into minus 3. So this is what? Again distributive property. So I told you whichever sign is there, you can apply distributive property. Now question number 2 says that multiply the given number using suitable arrangements. Now 2 into 2056 into 10. Now 2 into 2056 into 10, correct. Now what is the suitable arrangement method? I hope you all know the multiplication of any number with the power of 10 is very easy. Now what is the meaning of that? If I say 7 multiplied with 10 is equal to 70. If I say 78179 multiplied with 100, then the same number you write whichever number is given, and then how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So you have to put 2 zeros only. Now if I have 75963 multiplied with 10,000 for an example, no need to multiply that long method. Directly we will write the same numbers whichever is given, 75963, and then how many zeros are there? 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, over. So this is in this way we are going to multiply this. Now 2 into 2056 into 10. Now 2 into 2056 will be 112, and then 2 2s are 4. So it will be 4112 multiplied with 10. So 4112. This is the simple way. This is the arrangement. Now second part of this, you see, like they have given third number 8 multiplied with 1593 multiplied with 125. Now 125 into 8. 8 into 125 into 1593. Now why I have multiplied these two? Why I have arranged in these two manner? Because when you multiply 125 into 8, you will get 8,000. Sorry, you will get 1,000, and then this will be equal to 1593. 125 into 8 is 1,000. So you are getting 3 zeros. So now the multiplications becomes easy. Understood? That this all thing will come to your head only when you practice more number of sums. One thing. Second, that you try to understand the concept. Why I have done like this here? I have simply multiplied and kept 10 here. Why I have selected these two numbers to multiply first, and then the second step is this. You could have multiplied this and then this. Then you have to multiply how many times? 3 times. If you follow one multiplier with this and then this, multiplication, then you have to multiply 3 times. But here, if you take 1 into 3, one time only multiplication, you have to use rough side, and then you will directly see the zeros and put the value. So this will only come when you practice more number of sums, and when you don't by heart. Instead of by hearting, you try to understand why things are going like this, why not in the other way. Then only you will get the correct idea and correct information. Now question number 3 says that after question number 3, I can solve here only. Question number 3 says that 435 suitable properties you have to apply here. 435 multiplied with 17 plus 435 multiplied with 3. Now to multiply these type of number, what you are going to do? what you are going to do, this is one number only. Now 435 two times written, and in middle we have one plus symbol. So what I can see, 435 17 and 3 multiplication symbol is there. I think it is a distributive property. Now you also think and solve, like you can take 435 bracket 17, already you have written one time, so you will write 3 here. So 435 into 17 plus 3, 20. Now 35 into 2, 70. 4 2s are 8 and 1 0. So simple. In a distributive case, you are going to multiply this. These two numbers you take out common, these two numbers you keep in the bracket. Why? Multiplication means multiplication with this number and multiplication with this number. Like in case of distributive property, we have applied when something is here and outside we are having C, then we open that. Same is the case here. See, C and C are common. So what I can do? C I can take out common here, A plus B format. Same thing I have followed here. Now question number, okay, now I will be solving exercise E 2E. Let me clean the board. Now exercise 2E. Now the very first question says, on dividing a certain number by 126, the quotient is 15 and the remainder is 4. Find the number. When they say, when you get a word problem, always try to break that word problems into fragments of sentences. Let's take here what they are saying, find the number. So I will write, let the number be x. Let the number be x. Now I got one number, we have to find the number, so I will assume that number to be x because it is unknown. Now the question says, on dividing a certain number, that means this number, the number that I have assumed, that we all have assumed here, is x. So when we divide this number by what, on dividing a certain number by 126, means x divided by 26, the quotient is, whenever you see in word problem is or gets, then you have to use equal to. Whenever you see is some value like 75, that means this is equivalent to equal to 75. Gets 75 means this is equivalent to equal to 75. Always you try to remember this. When you said is 75, is 90, is 7 by 4, is this, is that, is whatever, that means equal to. Gets this, get that, that means equal to that value. Is x divided by 126 is equal to 15. Okay, is 15 and remainder is 4. Remainder is 4 means what? Remainder is 4, that means 126 into 15 plus 4. Understood? Why I wrote here 126? Now let's take an example. Like here I am having 5. 5 divided by 2. Now if I divide 5 divided by 2, 2 2s are 4 minus 1. So this is my remainder, this is my quotient, this is my divisor, and this is my dividend. Correct? All this thing you know, dividend, divisor. Now when this dividend by divisor, dividend by divisor is equal to quotient into divisor, quotient into divisor, quotient into divisor, s divisor, ds for divisor I am writing, and dividend is the dd I will be writing, and here ds, divisor, ds for divisor, dd for dividend, quotient into divisor into remainder. Now quotient is what? Quotient is 15. It will be multiplied with the divisor plus 4. Now if I will solve, what I am going to get here, it will be equal to 126 into 15 plus 4. Now you multiply roughly. So it will be 1890 plus 4, that means 1894. So this will be your answer. If something is divided by 26, because 26 you have applied here, so it will go that side, quotient plus remainder, so equal to 1894. Now the next question, let me clean the board. Now question number 2 says that on dividing 28853 by 63, the quotient is this much, find the remainder. So I can here also assume let the remainder be x or capital or y. It depends upon you. Either you write a b c d x y z, whatever it is. It should be a variable, it should be a new number, it should be a symbol of your choice. But generally we write x. Whatever we have to find, we write x as that particular number. Now on dividing 285, that means 28853 dividing by 63. When we divide, on dividing 28,853 by 63, the quotient is 456. That means quotient is how much? 456. And we know that divisor will come here. Multiplication of divisor with the quotient plus remainder. Now if we will solve this one, we will get what number? This number is divided by this, so I can remove this also. Question says this is divided by this, so equal to this. Why? Dividend, you take dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend dd is equal to ds into q plus remainder. So dd is 28853, quotient into divisor plus remainder. Now you multiply these two, so you will get the answer. You will write 28853 minus 63 into 456 will be equal to remainder. When you will calculate this, you will get the correct answer. Now this I am leaving for you, my dear students, so that I will not waste my time right now, because I am teaching on this video. It takes time. In class I could have solved it very fastly. Now here I will be leaving up to you. You solve. R will be equal to certain value. Here you have to write the answers. Okay, you all will calculate. Now question number 3 says that 10001 minus 726 divided by 726. What will be the answer? Now if you can see that same number is there, 726 upon 726, that means it is equal to 1. 10001 minus 1 is equal to 140. So this will be your answer. Now you have to understand true and false. After this you are having true and false and MCQ types of questions. So I hope you all will be able to solve all those sums with ease, with easy method. These two numbers were a bit a word problem, and I thought that you may not be able to solve, so I have explained you here. So I hope you all will be able to complete these two exercises by today itself. Okay, thank you.